This past January, the vaccination debate, sometimes quiet but never calm, got a shot in the arm in the form of the Disneyland measles outbreak. Immediately, those who were unvaccinated by choice were targeted as the weak link in this outbreak, and both our media and our legislatures pondered potential solutions. But can this complex debate be reduced to an us versus them argument, with one side right and the other necessarily wrong? To help lend some context and discuss this issue with me today is Dr. Richard Moskowitz. Welcome, Dr. Moskowitz.
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks for joining me.
It's a pleasure.
Do you regard all of this activity and alarm as an appropriate response to the measles cases we've been seeing over the past 2 months?
No, I don't.
And why not?
Well, first of all, this outbreak is no different from many outbreaks that have occurred since the vaccine was introduced in the 60s, where there are a few dozen or at most a few hundred cases that appear from time to time. Most, if not all, of the outbreaks that I have studied, the vast majority of the cases are people who have been vaccinated. So that brings up a quandary to me. Because if the vaccine were as good as it claims to be, if it really gave genuine protection against the measles, then what is the problem? Then the unvaccinated kids would be a threat only to themselves. What that really says to me is what we already know, if we think about it, which is that vaccination does not confer a true, genuine immunity. If I were a proponent of vaccination, I would say, let's declare victory and go home. So there's a few hundred cases here and there, but you're not going to get any better than that. It has an attack rate of close to 100%. That is, it's one of the very few infectious diseases that if you're exposed to it and you've never had it before, the chances that you will come down with it are close to 100%. Mm-hmm. When I was a child, it was considered a normal disease of childhood in the sense that, yes, there were still some deaths and some serious complications, but they were rare comparatively. Almost everybody caught it. Almost everybody recovered from it without complications. That meant that not only would I never again get the measles, no matter how many times I were re-exposed to it, no matter how many epidemics were raging around me, but even more important was the nonspecific immunity, which nobody talks about, which is that my immune system had responded to the disease with a magnificent outpouring of the entire immune system, of every component of that. My immune system was primed and ready to respond acutely and vigorously to whatever else would threaten it in the future. What I take from that is that the purpose, the mission of the immune system is to learn how to respond acutely and vigorously to infection. That's natural immunity. It's absolute, it's lifelong, it's permanent.
Need vaccination be an us versus them issue, with one side right and the other necessarily wrong? Might all sides have not only their blind spots, but also claim some measure of wisdom and insight into a complex topic that will be with we humans as long as we remain mortal? On behalf of Dr. Richard Moskowitz, I'm Peter Bermudez for Arlington Public News.